because I'm fat, I must be eating KFC, McDonalds, all of the fast food, chocolate, Cheetos, which we don't even have in this country, everything that is unhealthy, right? I must be eating in a massive calorie surplus and drinking my body weight in soda every single day. If you're fat, you must be eating more calories than your body expends, right? That's what everybody says, but that's completely wrong. Stick with me on this one, I'm gonna explain it. So I used to be super lean and super ripped, and I had a six-pack and I was competing in CrossFit. But the problem there was I struggled with an eating disorder and I was not healthy. I was massively restricting my calories, I was under eating and over exercising, and it was having a massive impact on my body. Then lockdown happened and I'd also just started to kind of try to recover from my eating disorder. I'd started to realise that what I was doing wasn't healthy, and that no matter what my body looked like, actually the habits that I was doing to maintain that body were not good. Because lockdown happened and gyms closed, and I was also trying to recover from an eating disorder at the same time, and I was working and I struggled with a lot of work stress, and part of my eating disorder is also binge eating. I was eating food as a means of coping with my emotions when I had that stressful job and through lockdown, and also not training at the same time. Or if I was training really sporadically. And this obviously started to lead to weight gain. Over the next year, I gained about 30 kilos. I had to work on my body acceptance. I wasn't going to push myself into a massive calorie deficit in order to lose the weight, because I really wanted to recover from my eating disorder and I didn't want to go back to my old habits in order to pursue a body size in the expense of my health. Obviously, about a year later, lockdown had ended, gyms reopened, and I started to go back to the gym. But what I didn't do is immediately put myself in a calorie deficit. I should also mention that time that I gained weight during lockdown, I wasn't just eating massive amounts of KFC and McDonalds, etc. I was still eating my normal healthy diet, but I would occasionally have a little bit extra food, like I would have more chocolate, or I'd have half a cheesecake, or I'd have the suboptimal foods on top of my ordinary very healthy diet. So I didn't gain weight just eating KFC, just to clarify. So I went back to the gym and I didn't set my goals as losing weight because I cared more about health. I also wanted to compete in Olympic weightlifting, and through that time I had an Olympic weightlifting coach, and I was struggling to find a gym that kind of fit because the last gym that I was at closed down, and it was a bit of a struggle. My focus throughout that time was to be able to lift as much as possible and qualify for the English Championships in Olympic weightlifting, which I managed to do. I also managed to clean 110 kilos, jerk 100 kilos, snatch 75 kilos. My deadlift is now 185 kilos. I managed to lift a whole lot of weight. My performance goals were very successful. But again, what I didn't do was lose weight because I wasn't in a calorie deficit. So fast forward to now, I've still got people in my comment section all the time assuming that all I eat is McDonald's and KFC and eat chocolate and drink soda. But actually, that's not true. I've got a very healthy diet. I haven't been in a calorie surplus for years, but what I have done is maintain the body that I currently have, and that comes with a bit of extra body fat that I gained. But because I didn't lose it, people assume that I must be in a surplus. And I think there are a lot of other fat people out there that people are saying, oh, you must be massively overeating, you must be eating in a surplus, when actually they're probably just maintaining their weight. And what they don't realise is in order to lose weight, you need to be in a deficit. And that is actually quite hard to do if you're consistently used to eating at your maintenance calories. I don't understand why this is so hard to grasp. People don't seem to realise that weight loss isn't instant. Like, you don't just put yourself into a deficit and then bam, you've lost all the weight. Like, that's not how it works. So of course I've still got body fat. It doesn't mean that I'm not in a deficit. It doesn't mean that I'm not eating healthy. Society has a weird obsession with thinness over health. And what they don't actually realise is that thinness doesn't necessarily equate to health. So for a lot of us, especially if we struggled with an eating disorder, it's better for us to focus on healthy habits. And then if in the future we want to focus on weight loss, like for me, I just feel slightly better when I'm a bit lighter than I am now, then that is totally okay. But it's also recognising that that isn't necessarily a health-focused behaviour. It is if your weight is causing you issues throughout your life and causing you problems with your body. But if you just have like a bit of extra body fat, that might not be impacting your health that much. It's just how much society has been brainwashed to think any body fat at all is the most horrendous thing in the world. And the amount that I get trolled and people comparing it to smoking or taking drugs or being an alcoholic, when I actually don't have that much extra body fat. It's completely mad. Fat people in the fitness industry experience a lot of fat phobia. It's something that I experience every single day, and I know a lot of other creators do too. If you're interested to hear more about that and what we can do about it, then watch this video here next. If you're interested in any functional fitness programs or how to get your first pull-up, then check out the link in the description. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.